Specializing in trauma-informed transformation coaching and mentoring, Elian Haan supports her clients through existing challenges and obstacles in life and offers a healthy and balanced path forward. Elian is a best-selling author, speaker, and TV show host, and a master trainer for up-and-coming coaches. Elian, welcome to the Breed Talk stage.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the introduction, Terry. I'm very glad to be here today and so good to see everyone. Thank you for staying on. And I suppose I'm the last speaker today, so thank you for hanging in there. My name is Elian Haan. I am Dutch. And I moved from Amsterdam to New York and then to Dallas and then to Los Angeles and back to Dallas. And I live, at the moment, I live in Gun Barrel City. And then people say, what? And I say, Gun Barrel City. And then they ask me, how in the world does somebody from the Netherlands end up in Gun Barrel City, Texas? It couldn't be any better, could it? So my story starts a long time ago, of course, when my parents passed away. I was in my late 20s, and they were both addicted to alcohol, and they both died from alcohol addiction. And I was in a relationship, a high school relationship that didn't end well. And it brought me in a relationship with an American gentleman, kind of probably head over heels, thinking that I was going to have a new life in America and follow this man to the United States. By this time, in my mid-30s, we had been together for a couple of months. I was trying to pick up my life and move on through some, through difficult loss and through all that, and kind of got excited about moving and sold everything and left everything and packed everything and followed this man who was a little bit ahead of me to the United States. And when I came here, he was nowhere to be found. I arrived in New York and he was not there. And I took a train to Texas because I know that he had last been spotted in Texas. And when I arrived in Texas, I finally found him in a hotel in downtown Dallas. I had a backpack. That was it. And he said, I'm leaving the next day. I said, where are you going? Are you coming back? Because we're going to build our life here. And he said, no, I can't stay, but I'll talk to you soon. And he left the next day, left me in a hotel. And I remember not hearing anything afterwards. And these were also the days, I'm talking mid-90s, that there was no other form of correspondence than paid phone calls or collect phone calls. And a thin blue paper that you could use for airmail and write long letters on. And I wrote a lot. I wrote a lot of letters to myself, but I couldn't find the gentleman. And I get a phone call from the Netherlands finding out what happened. And somebody told me that he moved in with my best friend and that they had a relationship already together while we were married. And I didn't know anything about it. I was so naive. I didn't have any clue. I was excited. I was looking forward to start a life with this young man, and all my dreams were shattered. All my dreams were shattered. I had no clue what to do with a backpack in the United States. I'm 35. I've been through a lot of things. I had a business. I had studies. I had the loss of my parents. I had a lot of stories, but I really didn't have any clue about what to do next and who I was really in that story, who I was. So I started knowing now, doing a lot of things from a trauma perspective, in a sense of seeking people to stay with me, seeking people to love me, seeking happiness in anything and everything that was outside me. If somebody sees me and likes me, I'm not going to be happy. Maybe if I have a family, I'm going to be happy. Maybe if I can buy one of these American houses, I'm going to be happy. Maybe if I'm going to get a good job and some good income and people see my skills, I'm going to be happy. So all my happiness was depending on outside, exterior things, events, happenings, people. Everything was in my life was reactive. And as a pattern, I started drinking a lot, started diving into alcohol and lots of nightlife and jobs here and there, everything that can keep me afloat, kept me afloat, not really knowing what the outcome there was and what I should do until I really hit. I got married again after years. I had a baby and I got really angry at my baby. I got really angry. I was in such a place of loss, such a place of not having done anything, not having found anything, just not being happy, not in a place of peace at all, that I had lost all faith. I had argued with God a lot. I was in a place that I kind of gave up and got really angry at my baby in a sense of, what am I doing? And that gave me a huge wake up at the same time. So I started doing a lot of work. About another 20 years further now, I started doing a lot of reading, a lot of self-help, a lot of coaching, a lot of mentoring, and a lot of work to where I want to share with you the outcome of my work, the 5 nuggets of how I found my sexy back. And I call that finding your sexy back because that is the place where your happiness is not depending on anybody or anything else, but it is just in a huge sense of faith, knowing the outcome is always there, knowing the outcome is always better, and that you can just thrive and be happy in midlife in a sense of joy and peace that nobody can take away from you. Knowing that happiness can be taken away from me any moment, because it's depending on people or things or events or places. I can be super happy in a day being with my friends or being with my family or doing things. But knowing that that place of peace is inside me because I have faith. And I know God, and God knows me inside out. We have this relationship where, yes, if things happen, it is not easy. And yes, I go through sadness, I go through loss, I go through fear, I go through intense self-doubt and self-esteem issues, and trauma kicks me sometimes and triggers me into a bad mode. But I know that I'm coming out on the other side with a tremendous side of peace, because I'm not going on my back anymore with all 4s in the air. Give me another box of wine. I don't need that because I have faith. And so these 5 nuggets that I really found out through my story and what I help people with as a trauma-informed coach, as an executive transformation coach, I help people that are getting stuck like I did to find those nuggets to that sexy life, to finding that sexy back, whatever that means for you. That has nothing to do with the outside. It has all to do with the inside of how to stand in that joy and peace. And for me, that was, in the first place, of course, accept what is. Radical acceptance, and then stepping into that faith and knowing that it's always going to be for the better. Life doesn't get easier, but I get better at it. I know that now. Number 2, I stopped living in the time and expectation frame of other people. The things that we do when we're in our 20s and 30s, the things that we do to try to live up to the dreams of our parents, right? And then stepping into the 20s and 30s, making that family life, making that perfect picture over the mantle, the fireplace with the perfect family. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. It has to be perfect all the time. While you are not even perfect inside and imperfectly in there. So stop living in that expectation frame. Stop living other people's dreams for you. Step into what you need and what you want. And number 3, for me, that was really big that I found out. I had no respect for myself. Couldn't put any value on what I had done, what I had learned, what I had overcome. I didn't look back. I didn't see my accomplishments. I didn't see my stride and my strive. I just couldn't see anything going forwards. And I was not putting any value on it. I couldn't respect myself. And then I was in a relationship where I found out that you might love each other, but if somebody else doesn't respect you either, and you don't respect that person, the relationship is basically broken already. So respect became such an important word for me. To be with people that respect just me for who I am and what I'm trying to do and set forth in the world. And then number 4, something that I really needed to find out, but I always worked hard, but I had to do the work more. I had to do the work and be consistent, not all over the place, but do the work and stay consistent and stay that path and repeat it and do it again, even if it gets boring. I used to be one of these people that say, if it's boring, I'm not going to do it because that's like so everybody else. I want to stand out, but I didn't understand that I was going to stand out by doing the same thing all the time. That would make me really special and really, really an expert in what I was doing and really good at what I was trying to accomplish. So do the work with a positive mindset instead of a mindset of I can't and I won't and I will have not. Because just like what Monty said before in his speech, he said, if you don't believe that the things will have a great outcome, and you see with everything that what I did in my former life, saying, I will never have this, I will never have that, I can't do this, I can't do that, they will stay into that negative energy and will never manifest anything that's positive going forwards. So do the work with a positive mindset going forwards. And the number 5 thing that I learned, my golden nuggets, is stop comparing, and just stop taking things personal. Just do what you need to do without trying to find out if everybody likes it and that everybody needs to love me and everybody needs to be with me. Just be myself, be authentic, like we do here in Brie. Just trying to be bold and authentic and radical and impactful with it. And stop thinking, oh my gosh, what if they don't like it? What if anybody has a judgment about it? Or what if I'm not good enough? And start thinking things personal in the sense of, what if people don't stay with me? Then what am I doing? No, just being me. Just completely coming to that place of being me and not comparing and not trying to please. Just do what I need to do, what God gave me to do. Just do my purpose, just do my work. And that makes me very happy. That brings me to a place of pure joy. I want to share that with you. So I hope that did something for you, giving you those nuggets of that feeling inside. It's not about knowing it all, but now we have to feel it also, right? We have to feel it inside, that you're dead joyful, that you feel at peace, that we're okay with God, and we can just scream it off the rooftop. That place, when you come to that place, I hope I can come there with you. I hope you are there already. I hope you know exactly what I mean. I hope that you got just another crazy idea out of it. And I don't sing like Monty does, so otherwise I would finish it with a beautiful song for you. But or maybe we should do it together, Monty. I can, maybe. But anyway, thinking about it live, thank you so much for your time today. And yes, thank you. Be resilient and move on. That's what we're supposed to do. Thank you so much for your time today. I have a gift if you reach out to me, free gift, elianhaan.net. And any questions, elianhaan@gmail, anything that you want to find out about me, elianhaan.net. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your time today.